Hi, in this episode of 2 Minutes to Better Health, I want to talk to you about hormone disruptors. Now, hormones affect every part of the human body, so when they are disrupted, lots can go really bad really quickly. They're also known as endocrine disruptors. So let's figure out a little bit more about this. What is the definition of it? So it's a natural or man-made chemical or heavy metal that can interfere with or mimic the body's natural hormone functions. So it can actually inhibit normal body function or cause an altered response by the body. So it can cause an inhibition, lowering of the body's response, or an over-response of the body because it's so similar to those hormones. So let's find out a little bit more about it. So it's kind of like a lock and key. So the key is like a receptor site on a cell. And that's the location where a normal hormone would dock itself and basically tell the cell to do something. So here's the hormone coming into the receptor site, and normally one lock fits in one key. Just like it shows here, like an enzyme response in the body. One lock, one key, everything's good. So if we were to look over here, this endocrine disruptor would basically be something that would similarly fit into that lock and cause a different type of response by the body, inhibiting it or an over response. So in the ideal situation, we want to break the connection of those endocrine disruptors from those cell sites because they occupy them, they fill them, and nothing else can go in it. Just like if I put a key in there, snapped it off, nothing else can fit that. So if you dislodge that from the site, okay, or don't let it get there to begin with, then the normal hormone function can occur. So it's important to understand where this comes from, a whole bunch of different areas, but anything that's unhealthy in the body can affect this. So air and water pollutants, preservatives, household cleaners, cigarette smoke, dyes and paints, personal care products, many of which have tons of toxic chemicals on them, heavy metals, pesticides, and insecticides, as well as certain byproducts of normal body function. Breathe in oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. Even in the case of wearing a mask a lot nowadays, there's an excessive amount of carbon dioxide production in the body, and that's actually toxic to the body. So some people feel worse during this whole COVID situation because of the excessive amount of carbon dioxide toxin building up in the body. So you can understand these things are not healthy in large amounts for sure. So you can look at all the hormones here and all the functions that these hormones do. Take a little quick screen capture of that to understand it. But we're looking at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, growth hormone, thyroid hormones, melatonin, okay, adrenaline, aldosterone, cortisol, glucagon, insulin, FSH, oxytocin. That's a mouthful. These are just some of them. And these are all the functions that they do. They affect things like regulate menstrual cycle, pregnancy, allowing pregnancy to develop as well as maintaining a pregnancy if a woman's having trouble with that. It's lean muscle mass, energy production, libido for men and women is basically based off of testosterone, which has to be built in the body, mental clarity, growth of the body tissues, metabolism, okay, energy production, sleep, blood pressure. If you're having sleep or blood pressure issues, in many cases there's a toxic element in the body, and these endocrine disruptors are causing major problems, and the body can't sleep no matter what you do. So if you're trying to take melatonin to sleep and your melatonin receptor sites are clogged full of toxins, it's not going to work, folks. So it may work short term, but eventually your body says no more. Blood pressure problems. A lot of people don't know what to do with that. Again, often toxicity building up in the body. Okay, we've got cortisol production. Okay, that's a stress response. Water retention. A lot of people have that, and that's often as a result of toxic buildup. Blood sugar issues, weight gain, and so on and so forth. So you can see there's a tremendous amount of things that happens. Pretty much everything in the body has some kind of hormone response to it. So if it's inhibited by these toxic burdens, it's going to affect the body in a lot of different ways. So the key takeaways of this are, first of all, understand what hormone disruptors are. Hopefully I helped you to do that. But additionally, you want to avoid putting more into the body and the environment. It's not always direct exposure to the body, but what's in your environment becomes part of your body. So I'm constantly talking about endocrine disruptors, which ones are out there. I'm going to be talking more about this. This is Toxicity Awareness Month. There's only about another week left to that, but it'll be coming up again in the future as well. And then the key is to detoxify. If you've never cleaned the body, these things build up over time. They're fat soluble. They will actually stay in the fat cells for your entire life unless they're actually allowed to be pulled out of it. So detoxification is key. Many people are going through that right now. If you've never done that before, definitely connect with us. We'll try to hook you up with that in some way, or point you towards a practitioner that can assist you with that process. But hopefully you found this information super helpful. Please share this with friends and family and give us some comments below, and definitely give us that thumbs up as well. We'd appreciate that to get this reach out there, because this is a very important topic, and unfortunately more and more people are having trouble with their hormones because of this issue. So thanks for watching today. Look forward to seeing you in a future video. Have a great day.